issue today is, and this is why I'm only going to a 7 on the scale of 1 to 10 impressed on Kobe's 30,000th point. The reason I'm only going to a 7, Stephen A., is I fear that some of our younger viewers will now leap to the conclusion that this means that Kobe is somehow better than Michael Jordan. I know you don't think that. I just want to make sure nobody out there in TV land starts to assume that because Kobe was the youngest ever to get to 30K, that means he's the greatest ever. Because I'm not going there. Are you good with me on this?
Well, of course I'm good with you at that, but I don't think that you don't have to worry or insult the viewing public. The fact of the matter is he might be the youngest, but he came into the league at age 17. Jordan and them came in later. They went to college. The rules were different back then. We all understand that even though it's age, it's deceptive because he didn't go to college. Jordan went to North Carolina, etc., etc., and obviously he played more games to reach this milestone than a lot of the other guys did. So we all understand that.
Thank you for making that point, because it took Michael Jordan 220 fewer games to get to 30K than it took Kobe Bryant. And again, you and I have argued about this in the past. I have nothing but respect for Kobe, but when I call him the most selfish player in the history of basketball, I mean that in a positive way. Kobe will shoot the basketball, even in the latter stages of his career, in the last 3 years. Up to date right now, he is leading the league in shot attempts. The last 3 years, up to this point right now, he is 25 shots as we speak ahead of, believe it or not, Russell Westbrook is second in shots attempted on Kevin Durant's team. That's a whole other issue. We're going to get to that later in this show. But I'm just saying, Kobe is #1 in shots attempted this year, 25 clear of Russell Westbrook at #2. So let's frame it with that, because in the end, you also have to put the three-point shot in this, Stephen A., on points scored, because right now, Kobe has made 959 more threes than Michael Jordan ever made in his career. So, I'm sorry, yeah, 959. Well, so that's 2,877 more points that Kobe has been able to score from the three-point line than Michael scored.
Well, hold on. Let's point out a couple of things to keep this in its proper perspective, because Lord knows somebody's got to do it on this show. First of all, when you talk about Kobe in that regard, let's be clear about something here. You know, when you talk about the number of shots he's taken, etc., you know, a lot of times he's had to do that. That's #1. #2, as great as Michael Jordan was, and he's the greatest to have ever played this game from what I can see in my generation, from what I could tell,